Young Turks now has audio, the TYT Audio Network, podcasts of some of your favorite shows and new shows, including one with Nina Turner, former Ohio State Senator. She's going to do We the People with Nina Turner, talking about equality and justice and seeing that through the eyes of regular Americans who are affected by politics and policy. Everybody check it out at tyt.com/audio.
The G7 summit in Canada did not end well for Donald Trump. In fact, he used it as an opportunity to antagonize our closest allies and accuse them of taking advantage of us. Now, a lot of his attacks recently have been geared toward Justin Trudeau, the leader of Canada. And Trump said that the US paid close to the entire cost of NATO to help protect countries that, quote, rip us off on trade. Okay, so for those who might not know, we do not pay nearly the entire cost of NATO. The US contributes about a fifth of NATO's direct funding under a formula based on national income. So again, these are our friends. These are people that we have historically worked with. Canada specifically came to our aid immediately after the country, the United States, was attacked on 9/11. And Trump has just used this as an opportunity to kind of slap them in the face. Also, he tweeted the following: the United States will not allow other countries to impose massive tariffs and trade barriers on its farmers, workers, and companies while sending their product into our country tax-free. We have put up with trade abuse for many decades, and that is long enough. So Canada is one of our largest trade partners. We do a lot of business with them. And you have to look at everything in full context. Because yes, Trump is very friendly with dictatorial individuals like Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un, and he seems to be very harsh and antagonistic toward our allies, but he's trying to make a deal with North Korea right now, and he seems to be reneging on our allies over and over again. He's done so when it comes to the Iran nuclear deal. Our allies basically demanded that he doesn't pull out. He pulled out of that, pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement. He is now basically slapping them in the face when it comes to our trade agreements. And his recent temper tantrum has everything to do with the fact that our allies are retaliating against us and our new tariffs on steel and aluminum. He doesn't like that. So he's going off on Twitter, and there is a bit of a back and forth. But before we get to that, what do you guys think about all this?
You know, this is inappropriate. And when you talk about the back and forth on Twitter, I have hated that this has been called a feud because I only see one side behaving this way, and it's embarrassing. And it just doesn't, at the very least, this doesn't seem helpful. This way of doing things. When I think of the biggest abuses against the US, it's just, am I missing something that Canada wasn't at the top of my list?
Yeah, no, it's odd. He's chosen these bizarre targets, as you say, our allies and economic allies. And this is not just a military alliance. I mean, NATO is about a lot more than just the military. I first thought that this was going to be Trumpian bluster when his administration started. You know, how he sort of declares a jihad here and a jihad there, and he goes after the, but then he would back off. But to actually see these tariffs imposed, he's really taking it to the next level. And it is self-destructive. And Anna makes a great point when she talks about it affects American credibility on future deals. So you've made these deals, you've pulled out, you've made economic deals, and you're now going back on those, imposing tariffs, and now you want to make a deal for denuclearization? I mean, I think this, and we'll get to it in a second, the deal with Kim right now is all sort of pro forma. It's just a photo op. But having said that, it does make the prospect of a deal a lot more of a question.
I know that if I were a dictator like Kim Jong-un, and if I knew that I historically had a terrible relationship with the United States, I'm not going to trust them. And I certainly wouldn't trust someone like Trump who reneges on deals made with our allies, right? If he punishes allies like this, who's to say that Trump would keep up with his part or his side of a negotiation with anyone else, including Kim Jong-un? So I think this is overall a bad strategy. I think that the ramifications might not be felt at the moment, and I don't think that his base is really thinking about this. I think at the moment his base thinks, this is great, he's a tough leader, he's looking out for us. But you have to remember that a certain portion of his base does consist of the very farmers who will be hurt by these tariffs. And Trump feels like it's outrageous that the European Union or Mexico or Canada would ever retaliate against us and continue this trade war after we slap these massive tariffs on aluminum and steel. Of course they're gonna do that. I mean, what else would you expect? So,
plus, this aluminum and steel specifically, these are component parts in other stuff that we buy.
That's right.
And so the price of all that stuff is going to go up. And so it'll be an overall drag on the economy, potentially.
And those are products that, steel and aluminum, are products that manufacturers here in the United States do import to make products here in the US. And so those industries will be negatively impacted. Employers are more likely to cut jobs in their factories as a result of this, or maybe even in addition to prices going up for the consumer. So again, look, he's not a very sophisticated guy. The issue of trade and tariffs, it's a nuanced issue. He doesn't even want to sit down and prepare for this meeting with Kim Jong-un. You think he's gonna sit there and think about the economic ramifications of these tariffs that he's slapping?
I mean, so much so as bragged about not needing to prepare, but something that both of you said, Democratic Senator Chris Murphy tweeted in response to this, Trump is making us a global laughingstock, but also affecting credibility and like has us heading toward a situation that the next president potentially won't be able to get out of. Because at this point, like that is the light at the end of the tunnel. But I mean, this is deeper than that.
Well, that's such a great point because you can destroy relationships with allies in a second, which I think Trump has done a fantastic job of proving. But building trust takes time. And so if he destroys trust among our allies, it's not something that you can just miraculously get back with a new president.
Although with that said, I think the allies are acutely aware that this American economic policy and foreign policy is being driven by a guy who is, half an inch deep, not really aware of anything that's not related to himself. I think all the things that we see in our president right now, they see it too. So it's possible. I mean, I hope we make it to the next guy, on one level, and I mean guy generically, whomever. But I do think that hopefully that we can repair a lot of these relationships because they do realize this is a Trumpian situation.
It's a weird situation to be put in, though, that we are hoping we can just fix it once this is over. That's awful.
I mean, and it's true. Like, I hope that it'll at least get to that point where there will be an opportunity to mend broken relationships, because I really genuinely do think this will all impact the country negatively, economically speaking. And there was one photo that really symbolized this whole G7 summit for me and for a lot of Americans, a lot of people around the world. I mean, you see all these world leaders, again, these people who are traditionally our allies. There's Angela Merkel there, and there's Trump sitting with his arms crossed defiantly. I mean, it's an incredible photo, and I think it just perfectly captures what the mood was.
And no matter how nice the caption is that goes along with it, everyone knows what this looks like.
Right.
And foreign leaders reposting this on social media, it's shady, and this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
The other thing is, as you look at that picture, it really becomes clear. All of the leaders of these nations, they have a common goal, and this conference was to sort of pursue a general. It wasn't supposed to be as heavy, might be a better way to put it, as it has turned out to be. There's certain goals and certain economic realities that they are dealing with. They're dealing with the immigration issue as it affects economies worldwide. So a lot of these issues that we deal with in this country that we're considering, they're dealing with them as well. But what the G7 turned into was this incredible bomb blast of diplomatic horror. And that was all Trumpian. He just went in there and shook up the snow globe.
Because the whole point of it is that we all have a common goal. And so now this year, we're standing alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this is a, maybe it's overly paranoid thinking, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think. So keep in mind that there are still key national security positions that Trump has not appointed yet. he's also incredibly incompetent, and it's becoming increasingly obvious that he's unwilling to seek counsel among those around him who happen to be somewhat knowledgeable on these issues. He wants to act unilaterally on a lot of these issues, and he has no interest in intelligence briefings. He has no interest in preparing for things that are incredibly important, including this meeting with Kim Jong-un. So I feel like we're vulnerable in that regard. But we need our allies to stand by us should there be any type of threat from a country that doesn't happen to be an ally. And so if Trump is destroying relationships and becoming increasingly isolationist, and just basically saying, we're the United States, we're gonna stand alone, we're gonna do everything on our own. I don't know, I'm just worried about what could happen if anyone wants to target us.
Well, and to be fair to Trump, as we try to be, but you can get drunk on U.S. power because we are a big, powerful economy. But the truth is our power, economically even, comes in our interaction with other world economies. So the idea that you can be isolationist, I get America first, I get it. And I get that it plays, as a campaign slogan, as a slogan for his presidency. But we have to interlock with these other nations and to build hostilities with them, especially those that we've always had decent relationships with, is just bad policy.
Absolutely. Well, just to give you an idea of how much trade we do with Canada and how much this could really hurt us in the future, Canada is the top export market for the United States, which had an $8.4 billion surplus with the country in 2017. That's according to the Office of the United States Trade Representative. It doesn't matter where the information comes from. Even if it comes from the federal government, Trump is unwilling to listen to it because what plays well with his base is this idea that he's protecting the American worker, when in reality, we know that his economic policies do nothing more than hurt the American worker. Huge tax cuts for corporations, no corporate tax loopholes, getting reformed or cut in these new tax laws that he pushed for, and wages remain stagnant. American workers are still not making enough money to keep up with inflation. And so that alone is disastrous. You slap on these tariffs and start a trade war, it's gonna be worse.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.